Hey guys, I'm back again for another Indiana Jones tour review, and we're going straight back to Crystal Skull again. Definitely wanted to take a look at this figure, which I never even had in the past at all, but now I finally have it. That is indeed Irina Spalko, the main villain of Crystal Skull. And I also got her cronies alongside, but it's in a box. And yes, before I prepared this video, I had to take out the to take off both addresses of the baggage. So now we're just showing it from front and back, whatever. Now didn't even matter where it goes now. But anyways, we'll unbox those later. So anyways, now I have Irina Spalko in my collection along with the Russian characters as well. It's an unboxing. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the package first. It's the same 2008 box aesthetic as usual for Indiana Jones figures at that time, and I always adored it. Just like I said before, many videos that I reviewed for these figures. And at the back, here it is, but something different. It has the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull logo on the top, along with a production photo of Kate Blanchett as Irina Spalko in that really great jungle chase sequence. And it also comes with a different picture. Instead of the typical Harrison Ford image from Last Crusade, it's Harrison Ford and Shia LaBeouf, looking pretty cool in this illustration. And then you get the other figures alongside underneath, which is Indiana Jones, which we had reviewed that one, and Mutt Williams with the snake, which we reviewed. And we also have the Uga Warrior, the Cemetery Warrior, which I don't own yet. And we have the Russian characters, Colonel Dovchenko, and the Russian soldier, which we also have, which is in this box. So we're going to go ahead and get all these figures out of their packages and we'll take a closer look at them all. Alrighty, so we got Irina Spalko and the Russian gang right out of the package. And before I even get any further, the set of Russian soldiers in general came with accessories that obviously weren't included in the line. But I will have to just gush about this because you can see my Indiana Jones figure at the back. This set came with a Webley revolver. I think it looks like a Webley revolver, but it almost looks like the same revolver Indiana Jones carries in The Last Crusade and Crystal Skull. So I decided to just give it to Indiana Jones immediately. I was like, I did not know it came with this type of revolver. I mean, I don't know where it even came from to begin with, but regardless, now I got I guess, a Webley revolver. I finally got one for Indiana Jones, at least for this one. Repositioning him for a bit. And also, it also comes with this satchel right here, which I have no idea what it came with, but it does have like a Russian star on it. So I guess it should be good for one of the Russians. I'm not sure where it came from though. I might have been forgetting because again, these two Russian soldiers might have came in the Jungle Cutter set, but I'm not sure if either one of those came with this satchel. But anyways, enough of me rambling about going on with what wasn't included and all that stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at these figures close up. So I kind of want to just go ahead and start off with the basic ones first. So here is our Russian soldier, and I have two of them, but I don't have to go into detail what's the difference between the two because they're basically the same figure. The head sculpt isn't really remarkable, but at the same time doesn't really look too terrible because it does match someone who is essentially a Russian. I don't know, that's what I can assume. But from the lighting, you might not be seeing it much, but of course the eye paint on it doesn't look too great because again, these figures were rushed out. He does look a little bug-eyed, but he looks fine for what he is. The detail is obviously nice for what it is. Like, nothing too messy in terms of how the rest of the figure is handled. It's just got some really good detailing on the belt and everything. And the clothing is nicely bagged up, I guess, the way it looks. Also got some equipment on his belt sculpted right in there. Don't really have much to say other than it's basically how a Russian soldier looks like from the film. He also comes with his machine gun, his AK-47. The only inaccuracy with this is obviously with the knife. And yes, I will be getting rid of the knives off these because I just don't see the purpose in having these knives on these AK-47s. They probably would look a lot better without them. So I'll definitely be getting those off and just have the knife as just additional accessories that are separated. I can just use my X-Acto knife to get rid of them. But again, the detailing on the figure, overall look, not too bad. Obviously, it's just a army builder kind of character. It's like essentially just fine and dandy, nothing to go over with. It's got the typical articulation you expect for the Indiana Jones figures in this line. And yeah, just a nicely detailed figure. Just nothing remarkable because it's just a Russian soldier with an inaccurate machine gun, but okay, accurate enough if you want to take off the knives. But that's basically for that one. And that's just basically the same one. Though the only difference I will point out is that the eyes are at least kind of better. Still a little messy, but they're kind of better. Just the same figure. Colonel Dovchenko, the big baddie of Crystal Skull that gets defeated by ants. Got a pretty decent likeness to the actor that played the Russian colonel, and this is just him with the hat sculpted on him. Kind of wish there was a version without the hat sculpted on him, because I don't know where in particular that he looks like this in the film, but I know he probably does look like this, but it's just that I've seen him most of the time without his hat, or at least this particular one. But he does look pretty good. And I also really like the detailing of his clothing. Everything is sculpted pretty much nicely as it is. Go ahead and take this thing off because, again, I have no idea what the heck this accessory is. But it works. And also, truth be told, I used to have this figure a long while ago. Again, in the commemorative DVD set that came with Jackulus Mutt Williams and Indiana Jones with a rocket launcher. So this is my second time actually owning this figure. And he looks pretty good for what he is. And he comes with a shortened AK-47, which looks pretty good, and it doesn't have the knife on it, so that's that's already a plus. Just looks like a nice accessory overall. It's always with the kernels that got to be nicely detailed. And speaking of kernels, let's go ahead and compare it to Colonel Vogel. The detailing is obviously a night and day difference, but you can definitely see that they're basically nicely detailed, both equally, but one of them just has a working holster and much more detail applied, like a separate accessory is sculpted on there as well. I mean, definitely because the quality got boosted up after the release of the first two waves, so you can tell the difference. It's just clear as day. More detail on here because this was the third wave, and this was obviously the second wave. Supposedly the second wave. It is a pretty nicely sculpted figure. It's just that it obviously does have some qualities that make it look rushed. But yeah, Colonel Dolchico right here. Really nice figure. And, oh yeah, right. Here's the boots, how the boots are sculpted. It obviously just looks nice. Again, I really like the wrinkles they put on these figures. They make them look more detailed. Our last figure we're going to go over, Irina Spalko. Say what you want about how she is as a villain or whatever, but I enjoyed her presence. I thought Cate Blanchett did a good job of what she did. I do really thought she was nice. But here's the problem though. This figure, the moment I got this, I don't know what the heck even happened, but the eyes on this figure is just a true definition of a rushed product. Holy crap, it looks so googly, so messed up. It just, ouch. There's no way I'm going to end up buying a replacement because I don't feel like spending more money on a replacement Irina Spalko. I'll just keep this for the way it is because, I mean, it's just so weird looking. Or, like, they got the figures, like, look, they got it right in terms of sculpting. As far as I'm concerned, I could probably see Cate Blanchett's face on there if I could, but it's just the eyes make it look worse. And not to mention, it also makes it look like that the interdimensional beings deformed her before she becomes incinerated. Wow, man, the eyes are not good on this figure. It's just rushed out all the way. But regardless, the detailing of the rest of the body is pretty nice. Her hair is nicely detailed, by the way. I like that too. So overall, she does have the figure from how she looked in Crystal Skull. And her blade right here, the sheath of the blade that she has. The only problem I have with this is that it does not have a hole in it, but it does rotate. Not sure what it's supposed to really do. I'm not sure if this is supposed to take off. I don't want to take this off. I might have to leave it on there. But again, it does have an articulation point, so it turns whenever it wants to be. Just sucks that it doesn't get the sword in there. That would have been cool if the sword actually slides all the way in, but I bet you they probably had to make it bulkier so it ends up looking like a weird looking, like, bulky stick roaming around. The detailing on the figure, regardless of the rushed quality of her face, she looks fine. And her sword looks like the same sword Mutt Williams has, but a little bit more clean and a little bit more properly taken care of. And she also got a holster as well to carry her pistol, but doesn't look like the pistol's in there. Or it may be in there. No, it's not in there because it's obviously kept, or it's really not shown at all. But yeah, it's like, basically she's always like this throughout the whole movie. This is basically her without any changes. Also got some nice paint going on. It looks like the paint is also faded in a little bit, like giving a little bit more of a detailed look, the way it pops out. Boots got the wrinkles and everything. Doesn't have any articulated ankle joints, so that's a shame. But overall, she's pretty nice. Just aside from the face paint, if you can get over that freaking eyes. Oh geez, the eyes are so messed up on this figure. If you can get over that, then I guess this figure is okay. Just, ouch. That's the only thing I have a problem with this figure. It's just that they just did a poor job on her likeness. And now I can't get the figure to stand up properly. I'll have to, probably one of the problems I have to deal with is that she can't balance properly. Or maybe because I'm not figuring it out. But they really should have put some articulated ankle joints. It would have worked better. And the artifact that she came with is this, which I will go ahead and open up and see what's inside. Trying to figure out an angle to open it because there's like 2 pieces of tape literally trapped inside. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. And she comes with, oh wow, she comes with a crystal skull. The crystal skull of Akator. Or El Dorado if you want to go with that. Oh, the sticker fell out because it wasn't even in the bag, but here's the sticker. And the crystal skull can be swept right out of the bag. It's a separate crystal skull. It actually kind of looks a bit different than the crystal skull that comes with Indiana Jones, which I should be able to have the separate handpiece somewhere. And here is the crystal skull that Indy comes with. It's definitely a lot smaller. So this is a bigger crystal skull head. And this is obviously smaller to accommodate for the scale. Which kind of find it weird now looking at both these skulls. That one of them is more accurately sized, supposedly. And the other one is just pretty bulky. Making sure you can see that detailing of the crystal skull and how it's nicely sculpted. Because autofocus is going crazy. Yeah, it's just nicely sculpted with a very nice crystal look to it. Really got that cool reflective feel to it as well when you place it in any form of the light somewhere. Yeah, just overall, nice accessory that she comes with. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. This actually came with Irina Spalko. How did I forget about this? She comes with a pistol as well. But this also comes with Colonel Del Chico. I literally forgot to review this pistol. Forgot to take a look that she comes with this. And for what this is, it looks pretty nice. And that's basically it for that. And speaking of accessories like the artifact, this one right here, which I displayed in my previous video, this is actually an artifact that came with the German motorcycle that I bought with the German soldier in Last Crusade, the deluxe 2-pack. I have not actually got this in an action figure from the deluxe set. It's obviously supposed to come with Colonel Del Chico over here. If I can just get that out and see what he comes with. Not sure if you noticed, but this is obviously something from the Temple of Doom. The very thing that Oleron forces Indiana Jones to drink from, drinking the blood of Kali with this thing. Colonel Del Chico comes with this. Weirdly enough, I didn't even get it with the Colonel Del Chico figure. It came with the German motorcycle character from Last Crusade, so I just find that pretty funny that that's even the case. So that's basically it for all these figures. Alrighty, so that's going to be it for this review of the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Irina Spalko, Colonel Del Chico, and Russian soldiers. They're all nice figures. It's just that the only problem I had to deal with is Irina Spalko's face paint being the most rushed looking out of all the figures. Other than that, they're just nicely sculpted figures and just overall still fun figures regardless of the quality of like certain problems I have with them. And they obviously go really nicely with each other when it comes to these action figures. It's just still been pretty nice collecting all these figures. And heck, even having some that I used to own, just really nice having them again. So that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be seeing you guys later.